Typically in Japan, they throw the streamers.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we here at the locker room. This Toss Ring Scandal. We will talk about Ricochet AEW Run Mediocre from contender to paper champion. Let's talk about it when we get to locker room. Air some dirty laundry on this one. Ricochet, who recently was in the semifinal at World's End for Continental Classic, he lost to Okada, who won the tournament. Then he only to be embarrassed more by having paper thrown in the ring, toilet paper thrown in by Swerve Strickland, embarrassing him and everything. It's just crazy. A guy who was the Intercontinental Champion and was poised to possibly win it again, being set up in the right best way possible, leaving WWE, whether he was going to re-sign or not re-sign at the time. Now that we know he's with AEW, but he also was a United States champion as well. I believe Ricochet's career is on a decline. He had great high hopes for WWE, and now he's come down to AEW to be mocked, to be ridiculed, to be a shell of himself, to be a joke. He debuted at AEW All In. That was in a battle royal. His debut was not set up properly at all. No big splash there. Then he had his AEW Dynamite debut against Kyle Fletcher. That was a match that was not talked about much as well. I know he has his merchandise, the Ricochet. Let's be honest, guys, that shirt's not selling. No one's buying that. It's not running off the shelves in the stores. But we're going to see more about Ricochet. He talks about his interview with Chris Van Vliet, what his goals were, where they were at WWE. And of course, his goals come now that he's in AEW. So let's see what Ricochet had to say about that.
Way more flashy or like impressive. And it's like, well, okay. But like, I feel like I do so much impressive stuff during the match that at the end, I want to rock your head with an elbow. That's what I'm going to, that's, what I'm saying? I feel like that's a guillotine. Bam, you know what I'm saying? But again, I saw Will, and especially he kind of got taken out. Kyle's idiot. Kyle Fletcher had to take him out with a screwdriver, but he been gone. So I'm gonna give a little nod to him, a little shout out to him, let him know he's still here. But yeah, I also at the same time, I just wanted to, like I said earlier, evolve my style a little bit. And again, I was just trying to think of something, again, a little more rough, a little more hard hitting that I knew would also look pretty sick too.
You make moves look so good. Like your selling is on another level. Do you think this is kind of what you're talking about earlier with like when you were in WWE, you were making everybody look so good? Dolph Ziggler had a similar conversation with me about this.
I get that, yeah.
Where when you're making all of these other guys look so good, now your role ends up becoming, hey, can you go out there and sell some moves and make them look really devastating?
I mean, again, this is just from my own experiences. It's like, I don't know how many times I heard, oh yeah, do something spectacular and figure out, like a cool way to, lose. Like figure out a spectacular way to lose is what I heard a lot. I got to figure out another spectacular way to lose. All right. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, that's why everything that I say, I try not to actually place blame, because again, at the same time, like I said on Jericho's podcast, I place all the blame on myself. Anything that I didn't achieve or I haven't achieved or I didn't get the grasp of anything, any shortcomings that I've had in my career is nobody else's fault but my fault.
Sure.
It wasn't WWE holding me down, and as much as I feel they weren't holding me down, but they did put me in a position to where I was like kind of stuck.
Do you feel like you could have stood up for yourself more?
Yes and no, because not that it doesn't matter, but again, this is AEW, this is WWE. I'm sure TNA is the same way, blah, blah, blah. But like, if they don't want to do something, or if they do want to, they're going to do it, or they're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think after so long of like kind of pitching an idea or doing something and then seeing how it goes, for me, I'm not really a confrontational person. All right, now I'm just going to do whatever needs to be done, do what's asked of me, show that I'm a ball player, show that I can take direction, show that I can, fight my battles for sure, fight my little battles that I need. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be the one going in every week talking, trying to get my spot. I'm not going to be the one trying to catch them as they're talking. It's just not my thing. You put the work in, you show that you can put the work in, you show that you can level up, you show that you can evolve, you show that you can deliver when the opportunities are presented, and then you hopefully from that just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger opportunities. But and sometimes, again, it takes time. Some people, it does take time. Again, people are in the WWE for 20, 30 years. So I get that. I totally understand that. And I get...
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save! And then...
But at the same time, I feel like, again, AEW it's a little different, but in WWE, when I am doing springboard 450s to the outside on the announce table, or I'm doing like jumping off of something, or I'm doing a lot of stuff that really nobody is doing, it's like, why can't I get, not even why, again, I blame myself, but it's like, why can't I just win this match? Why can't I, you know what I mean? Like, I've been on TV for 5 weeks, but I've been losing. Why can't I win this one? Oh, okay, I just lose again. Okay.
Is being a world champion, is that like what the goal is?
I think, as far as me, it's just really, it's like a legacy thing. And I guess holding championships, it's funny because in wrestling, they say championships don't matter, but like they do. Yeah. They really do. They say it doesn't matter, but perception is reality. And if the perception is you're just a champion, then that's the reality. If the perception is that you just lose all the time, then that's reality. I have my dad. My dad was calling me one time. He was like, yeah, I'm excited to watch you tonight. He was like, we got people over. He's like, literally, it's my dad. He's like, we know you're going to lose, but he's like, we're all excited. I said, Mike, is it that okay? You know what I'm saying? So things like that. Perception is reality. So obviously championship gold, yes, is in mind. And that's why I'm kind of headed for Takeshita right now. And even before Takeshita, it was Ospreay. It only got changed to Takeshita through circumstances.
Yeah. But when you talk about legacy, there's some matches there that in AEW you haven't had yet.
Absolutely.
Like,
and the thing is, I just got here. I'm here for a couple of years. I'm here for a while now. You know what I'm saying?
Bryan Danielson. Yeah, you guys haven't wrestled one-on-one, right?
I don't think we've ever been in the ring together.
I think of Royal Rumble, you guys.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. I don't count really none of my Rumbles, really, because I came in, and then like 2 spots later, I was gone. So like, I was never in for any significant amount of time. Even when I was in, other than that one, I was in there with maybe Bryan Danielson and maybe Edge. I got to do some stuff.
Nah, that was Ricochet or Chris Van Vliet. Now, I know Ricochet, it seemed like when he first came to AEW, it's possible he could have had a big push there. Maybe joining the Hurt Syndicate, maybe have a good rivalry with Ospreay. But none of that has happened here. The Hurt Business has embarrassed him, throwing him out the ring, didn't want him to join their stable, then him losing, and then having toilet paper thrown at him multiple times in the ring. He's literally become a paper champion, if you want to say it, no pun intended. And it's sad what Ricochet's career was, because he could have been Intercontinental Champion again, maybe possibly World Heavyweight Champion WWE. I know that may sound far-fetched to some of you guys, but it's a possibility because Triple H and Ricochet had a great relationship. And now it's come to nothing. and his run has been terrible thus far. I know it's been only 4 months, but it's pretty much been the last quarter of 2024. It's not going nowhere. So Ricochet, I think he made the wrong call, like I said before, choosing to go with AEW instead of re-signing with WWE. And that's my take on that. That's all I have regarding Ricochet AEW Run Mediocre. He went from being a contender to paper champion. You guys let me know what you think of Ricochet's current run in All Elite Wrestling. Soon to reveal some pop-up, guys. You guys click the links below. You guys already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.